Hello, general biologists. This is our video over populations, limiting factor, and carrying capacity. So we'll get right to it. A population is sort of one of the divisions of an ecosystem. We start with an organism, one living thing, and it could be a plant or an animal. It doesn't really matter, but we have one organism. But then when you look at all of those organisms, all of that particular species, all of the members of that particular species living in the ecosystem, that is a population. So if you've got one deer here, but then you have, if we pretend that this is the entire ecosystem, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deer, then the population of deer would be 6. There'd be 6 deer in this ecosystem. We can go over to the next level, which is a community. That is all of the living things in the ecosystem. So that's both the trees and the grass and the zebras and everything that's there. All of them living together. All of the living things. That's a community. And then we can finally go to the ecosystem, which is where you mix the community with the non-living things. So the water and the air and the temperature and all of these other things in the area, the rocks, that are non-living. You add the non-living things to the community. That gives you your final ecosystem. So the one we're going to spend the most time talking about is the population. And so population is all the members of a specific species living in an ecosystem or a specific habitat or a specific area. Now, that population can be affected by lots of things. One of the things that they can be affected by is an idea called the limiting factor. So right here, we had 6 deer, but if the area undergoes a drought or some kind of something that happens to its resources, well, then there's no longer enough water. Maybe if there's not enough water, then those deer have to compete with each other for water, and not all of them can get enough water, so some of those deer die. So now we can't have enough resources for more deer to grow. We can't go from 6 deer to 8 deer or 12 deer or 16 deer because there's not enough water for more deer. So there's a factor, there's something that limits the growth of the population. It's often a resource, and if there's not enough of it, then the population's not going to grow. This is sort of a visualization of that. This is the population of frogs. So as this red line gets higher, we have more frogs. And so we're growing, 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 growing. But then we hit limiting factors. If there's not enough water, we stop growing. If there's not enough space, we stop growing. If there's not enough food, we stop growing. If there's too many predators or too much disease, we stop growing. So this idea that there's some factor that prevents the population from growing because maybe the resource runs out, that is a limiting factor. Which brings us to our last idea, carrying capacity. Carrying capacity, this is again another graph. We have the population is this white line, and as it goes up, the population grows. And over here, we're fine. We've got a low population. We're growing, we're growing, we're growing, we're growing, we're growing. But then we grow, grow, grow past what the limiting factor can support. And so now we have extra deer. Maybe there's enough water for 6 deer. But then they reproduce, and we've got 15 deer. Well, some of those deer are going to have to die. But then when we go back down, some of those deer are going to reproduce. But then we pass the limiting factor, and some of those deer are going to die. So this line, where we bounce below and above and below and above, this is called carrying capacity. And that population, when it's bouncing above and below and above and below that line, it's at equilibrium. It's reached its balance. So the carrying capacity is the largest number a population can get based on the limiting factor of the ecosystem. So let's review. The population is the number of members of a specific species living in a specific area. The limiting factor is the resource which limits the growth of a population because it runs out first. And the carrying capacity is the largest population that can survive in a habitat due to the limiting factor. I hope this helps. Struggle well.